Thomas, the untold truth, why she is saving real music. In a world that has finally learned how to fake everything, it was a single human note that brought the digital empire to its knees. We are living in an era where AI can compose a symphony in seconds, and autotune can turn a whisper into a stadium anthem. Yet for some reason, we have never felt more disconnected from the music we consume. But then, a young woman from a small town in Lancashire stepped into the light, and suddenly the perfection of the modern industry felt like a lie. If you've spent any time online lately, you've seen the videos. You've seen the millions of views, the endless stream of reaction videos, and the comments from people claiming they haven't felt this way about a singer in 40 years. The name Lucy Thomas has become more than just a brand. It's become a sanctuary for those tired of the manufactured noise. But while the world celebrates her voice, very few people understand the massive risk she took to remain the artist she is today. As it turns out, the untold truth about Lucy Thomas isn't just about her talent. It's about a silent war being waged behind the scenes of the music industry. A war between those who want to control the sound and the one girl who refused to let them. To understand why she is being credited with saving real music, we have to look past the beautiful melodies and into a series of decisions that almost ended her career before it even truly began. But the first battle didn't happen in a boardroom. It happened in the very frequency of her voice. We are currently witnessing a massive shift in how the world consumes music. By early 2026, data showed a staggering surge in acoustic and vocal-centric searches across all major streaming platforms. People aren't just looking for songs anymore, they are looking for realness. After years of over-processed, hyper-edited pop, the human ear is literally craving the imperfections of a natural voice. This is where the Lucy Thomas effect began. While her competitors were using every digital tool available to polish their sound into a metallic sheen, Lucy and her team at Cavendish Records chose to go in the opposite direction. They focused on what sound engineers call the frequency of truth, the raw, uncompressed resonance of the human vocal cord. When you hear Lucy sing, you aren't hearing a computer's interpretation of a voice. You are hearing the literal air moving through a room. This choice has triggered a global emotional reaction that has baffled industry executives. It's a biological response. Our brains are hardwired to recognize and trust organic sounds over synthetic ones. However, this commitment to real music wasn't just a creative choice. It was a defiant stand against a system that tried to rewrite her entire identity. But that was only the beginning. As Lucy's popularity exploded, the vultures of the industry, the major global labels, finally came knocking. They saw the millions of views and the dedicated fan base, and they wanted a piece of it, but they didn't want the Lucy Thomas we know today. Behind closed doors, a specific high-level contract was placed on the table. The terms were staggering, millions of dollars in signing bonuses, and a guaranteed global marketing push. But there was a catch. The label wanted to modernize her. They wanted to trade the sweeping orchestral arrangements for electronic dance beats. They wanted to swap the modest, timeless aesthetic for something more marketable to the TikTok generation. They wanted her to stop being an artist and start being a product. In a move that sent shockwaves through the industry, Lucy didn't just decline the offer. She essentially burned the bridge. She chose to stay with her independent label, prioritizing her creative integrity over a massive payday. It was a move that many insiders predicted would lead to her being blacklisted by the major distributors. They thought that without their machine, she would eventually fade away. What happened next, however, stunned everyone. Instead of fading away, Lucy doubled down on the one thing the major labels couldn't control, her live performance. In early 2026, she took a massive gamble by accepting the lead role in the West End musical, Rosie. This wasn't just a career move, it was a test of endurance. The story of Rosie Boot, an underdog who rose from a convent to become a sensation, mirrored Lucy's own struggle against the giants of the industry. But playing the role required more than just acting. Lucy had to undergo a grueling 12-hour-a-day vocal preservation routine. To protect her instrument for the stage, she had to navigate a world of silence, communicating through text and sign language for hours on end, just to be ready for the curtain call. This period of her life was shrouded in mystery. Fans noticed she had become less active on social media, leading to rumors that she was struggling or even losing her voice. In reality, she was sharpening it. The transition from a studio recording artist to a live theater powerhouse changed the texture of her voice, adding a layer of grit and maturity that no one expected. But as her voice grew stronger, so did the physical reaction of her audience. It went beyond mere liking a song. People were breaking down in the theater, and this twist changed everything. There is a specific reason why millions are crying after hearing her latest work. It isn't just about the lyrics, it's about the science of vocal delivery. Musicologists have started analyzing Lucy's use of vocal fry and dynamic tapering, techniques that, when used correctly, mimic the sound of a human sob. When Lucy hits a high note and then allows it to taper off into a whisper, she is essentially triggering a grief response in the listener's brain. It's a form of emotional manipulation, but one that feels saving rather than deceptive. In a world where we are often forced to be numb to survive the daily grind, Lucy's voice acts as a key that unlocks suppressed emotions. She is saving real music by reminding us that music is supposed to be a safe place to feel. But mastering this technique requires a level of perfectionism that almost became a burden. Behind the scenes, Lucy is known to re-record a single phrase dozens of times, not to make it perfect in a technical sense, but to ensure the emotional color is exactly right. This obsession with authenticity created a fortress around her career, but it also fueled a series of rumors that she was about to walk away from it all. But few people knew the truth. While other artists are constantly hopping from one producer to the next, Lucy has remained fiercely loyal to Cavendish Records and her longtime collaborator, Chris Broom. This fortress of a team is the reason her sound has remained uncorrupted. By staying small, Lucy was able to become global on her own terms. Cavendish allowed her the luxury of time, something major labels rarely give. They allowed them to record with full orchestras rather than MIDI keyboards. This loyalty inspired what many are now calling the independent revolution of 2026. Young artists are now looking at Lucy Thomas as the blueprint. They are seeing that you don't need the predatory contracts or the modernized image to reach the top. You just need the truth. However, the price of this independence was a lack of mainstream media coverage. For a long time, the gatekeepers of the industry ignored her success, leading to a period of silence that the public misinterpreted. Behind the scenes, something darker was happening, or so the rumors claimed, and this revelation caught everyone off guard. During the peak of her 2026 success, Lucy went dark on social media for several months. The internet was immediately flooded with speculation. Was she ill? Had the pressure finally broken her? Some even suggested she was entering an early retirement, exhausted by the demand for perfection. The untold truth is far more fascinating. During this phantom hiatus, Lucy was secretly working on a series of collaborations that were never meant for public consumption. Experimental tracks that pushed her voice into genres no one thought she could handle. She was essentially retooling her soul. She wasn't hiding because she was weak, she was hiding because she was growing. She was recording in secret locations across Europe, working with masters of traditional instruments to find a way to blend ancient sounds with her modern sensibilities. These sessions, many of which remain unreleased, are whispered to be her most powerful work yet. But even in her most private moments, she was never truly alone. But that was only the beginning. Whenever the pressure of saving real music becomes too much, Lucy returns to the one thing that grounded her from the start: her sister, Martha. The duets between the two sisters have become a cornerstone of Lucy's legacy. In a predatory industry that often tries to isolate talent to make them easier to control, the bond between Lucy and Martha has been an unbreakable shield. Psychologists point to their synergy as a key reason for Lucy's mental longevity. When they sing together, the superstar persona disappears, and you are left with two sisters from Wigan. This connection is what prevents Lucy from becoming the tragic diva the industry so often produces. Martha provides the psychological grounding that allows Lucy to go into those dark emotional places in her music and always find her way back. It's a partnership built on love, not profit, And in 2026, that is the rarest thing in the world. And this is exactly why the legacy she is building will outlast any TikTok trend. Behind the scenes, a new era was being born. We are now entering what music historians are calling the year of authenticity. The era of manufactured pop is hitting a wall, and Lucy Thomas is the one who pushed it over. By refusing to compromise, she has forced the industry to reconsider what marketable actually means. She has proven that there is a multi-million-dollar audience for slow music, for sad music, and for real music. Her success has paved the way for a new generation of vocalists who were previously told they were too old-fashioned or too theater-focused. Lucy isn't just a singer, she's a catalyst. She is the proof that the human spirit cannot be replaced by an algorithm. As long as there are people who need to cry, who need to feel, and who need to be reminded of their own humanity, Lucy Thomas will have a place at the very top of the world. But as she stands on that stage in the West End, looking out at a tearful audience, a final insight remains. What happened next stunned everyone. Ultimately, the untold truth about Lucy Thomas is that she isn't trying to save music for the industry, she is saving it for us. She understands that in a world that feels increasingly fake, we need an anchor. We need a voice that sounds like home. When the music finally stops and the lights in the theater go down, the crying doesn't stop because of sadness. It stops because of a profound sense of relief. Relief that in 2026, amid the noise and the machines, there is still something real left. Lucy Thomas didn't just survive the industry, she changed the rules of the game. And as her voice continues to echo around the globe, she leaves us with one haunting question. If a single voice can move millions to tears, why did we ever settle for anything less? She isn't just the girl who sang. She's the girl who made us remember how to listen.